Welcome to this week's edition of Parashat Pointers, where we delve into the weekly Parasha and look for some inspiration, how we can parent our children, raise them up, raise ourselves up. Again, we have a beautiful dedication this week from Steven Beda in honor of his wife. In this week's Parasha, we see the Pasuk says, there's the meeting between Yaakov and Esav, and Yaakov did all he can to de-escalate the situation. And when they come to that meeting, Esav, the Pasuk says, Vayishlach, he raises his eyes and he looks to see, and he sees wives, children. He says, who are these wives and children? And Yaakov says, these are the children that Hashem blessed me with. Now Rashi explains that Esav was asking, is this really your family? It's your children? What does that mean? Who else would it be? It's Yaakov's children. He's walking with them. He's with them. There's got to be something much deeper that Rashi is alluding to here. I once saw a beautiful explanation. Esav made a very big decision with his life. Esav decided to go with this world. He rejected the next world, the Olam Haba, and he lived in Olam Hazeh. And he said basically, I'm only going to decide to enjoy and do the things that work for me in this world. The here, the now. He sold his birthright, which was an everlasting privilege to work in the Beit HaMikdash and to have an uplifted life for eternity, for some food, for soup, a red lentil soup. It's all about what's now. And all of a sudden, Esav looks and sees, hey, Yaakov, I got this world. You're supposed to have the next world. Why do you have these beautiful children and family and wife? And the understanding was that he felt that was the blessing of this world. They're here to serve you here, like servants and slaves and maidservants. To that, Yaakov Avinu says, no, you got it all wrong, Esav. These are the children of Hanani Elokim that Hashem graced me with. They're not here for me for this world. I don't raise these children for me, for the here and now. I'm raising these children for Olam Haba. And to that, Esav understood. There's a tremendous lesson for us here. Our children are here for a higher purpose. Our children are here for something bigger, and they're part of something bigger. They're keeping the Mesorah, the heritage from our parents and grandparents, all the way back to Yaakov Avinu. And he lived with an attitude that we're the bearers of a regal tradition. We have a mandate to create generations for Hashem. Children that recognize Hashem. They're a gift. When we have children, we make decisions. We have to realize that every decision we make has to have that goal in mind. Everything we do, whatever we do with our children, from the devices we buy them, the vacations we take them on, the music they hear, it has to be driven by one question. Am I doing my part to raise this child in a way that Hashem wants me to? Because it's not a nice thing to do. That's our responsibility. That's why we were given this child. This child's not here for us to enjoy here. Of course we love them, they're cute, we have a good time, but that's not why we have them. We have them because we need to create this child to become the type of person that's going to raise children the way that Hashem wants them to be. So from the earliest age, we have to start to raise them, to understand that there's a controller in the world. There's a creator of the universe. The Gemara in Barachot says that Abaye and Rava, who became of the greatest rabbis of all time in the Gemara, they were able at a very young age to point up to that there's a Hashem above them. They realized that there's a Hashem that exists. We cannot imagine the merit a person has, a mother, who teaches her children to go in the right path, and those children learn Torah and do mitzvot. The Rabbeinu Yonah says in his book that it's as if the mother is doing those mitzvot. That's how powerful it is when a child does the mitzvot. That's how happy Hashem is. There's a story that I heard about Rav Shlomo Kahaneman. After the Second World War, he used to go around to all the orphanages of that was run by priests and all these things, and he used to, in the churches, and try to get the Jewish children back. He got to one orphanage and the priest said, you're never going to get anyone here. There's no Jews here. There's no Jewish children. Even if you think you have, we already got them. So go, Fadal. He comes into the orphanage in the church, and he starts to scream and cry. Shema Yisrael Hashem Elokeinu Hashem Echad. Hear Yisrael, understand Jewish people. Hashem is your God, Hashem is one. And all of a sudden many children start to say, Mama, Papa, because they remembered how the parents would put them to sleep saying the Shema. And those children came back with him. One by one, he was able to pick out the right children. The fact that these parents of the children that was saved said the Shema and understood that their purpose is to make sure that this child knows who Hashem is in this world, saved their very lives. We have to understand, we have a very unique role as parents. We have a privilege. We are partners with Hashem in raising this child. It's a unique role. There's no greater privilege we could ever ask for. But we have to do all we can to make the right environment and the right situation and the right things that will make this child serve Hashem the right way. Our raising of the child should be a springboard to a life serving Hashem. Have a beautiful Shabbat Shalom.